I have to say my name? I don't know.
Hi. This year, what am I grateful for? Let me think about that for a minute. Oh my God, what am I?
It's been a really crazy year.
What are you thankful for in 2020? What did I learn?
2020 will definitely go down as one of the worst years in a lot of people's lives.
No crying. Didn't cry once. I believe in our democracy.
2020 was not a good year. However,
not everything about it was bad.
This has really been one heck of a year, 2020, and I can't wait for it to go away.
In 2020, I'm so thankful for my family, the health of my family, my 4 children, the support from my husband Greg, and a smooth transition from Wellesley to Birmingham.
What I'm grateful for during this pandemic is good health.
I'm grateful for spending time with my family in warm weather. Something that I'm very grateful for in 2020 is the people in my life, my roommates and my friends.
I'm really thankful that I got to do a running group in the fall with my kids, even though we all had to wear masks. The kids at the school that I work with was really beneficial.
in 2020, I am thankful for my family, some good drinks, my twin brother right here.
In 2020, I'm grateful for what I would have once called the little things that have turned out to be my everything. My family, my health, and my friends who helped me get through this journey.
Okay, Dad, what are you thankful for?
I'm glad I didn't die.
I got to spend more time at home with my dog, and that I got to spend more time learning how to cook. That's not true. I literally just lied.
I've been most grateful to have music in my life during this time, and I've been especially grateful to have spent more time at home to practice.
I'm grateful that quarantine brought about much needed family time, and it has allowed me to binge a lot of the Great British Baking Show and bake a lot of good bread.
In 2020, I was thankful that I was able to spend so much time in my childhood home before my family moved to Alabama.
I'm grateful for my dad not having to travel as much.
I'm thankful to all my friends and all my family here from New York City.
I'm very grateful for my office in giving me the chance to be able to work from home.
One great silver lining from my quarantine in 2020 was that I had 3 amazing roommates. Shout out to Jeremy, Gerald, and Will. And we learned a lot from each other, played a lot of foosball, and also I was able to write 4 movies, which is great.
My favorite thing about 2020 is that I get to be in school.
My favorite part about 2020 was having lots of time to dedicate to improving on my instrument as well as becoming a much better musician. I also really enjoyed the time to discover some new bands and musicians, such as Lamont Landers with the Lamont Landers Band and Couch the Band.
My favorite part of quarantine was getting to spend time with my family and having a lot more time to read.
One of my highlights of the year was breaking a school record in track with my teammates in the 4x400 relay.
My favorite thing about 2020 is that I've been able to connect more with my family.
Something that I've enjoyed about quarantine was being able to cook as much as I wanted and try new recipes and new methods of cooking and new foods and being able to share it with my family.
And my favorite part about 2020 was becoming an aunt.
My favorite part of 2020 was being able to be home while she was going through treatment and summiting Mount Washington. We did a sunrise hike. We saw no one, which was very cool, and it was one of the most beautiful sunrises I've ever seen in my life. So yeah.
Hey guys! Well, one of my biggest highlights is meeting the Redmond family and hanging out with Marcy. Thank gosh I had the pleasure of coming down and Marcy took me into her home like nothing. Love the beans and just meeting all you guys. Happy birthday! See you guys soon.
A few things that I really liked about quarantine was getting to go on long bike rides with my mom by the beach and watching a lot of really great TV shows and movies with my whole family, having so much time to binge them, and also learning that I like to do puzzles, and so I did 4 puzzles to pass the time.
My favorite part of 2020 was getting to spend more time with my family because the 4 of us haven't been home together for a long period of time for many years.
Drinking games with my family on New Year's Eve. We've got our own little pod. They say small circle, strong circle. And my circle is both strong and small.
I had so much fun with my students, and it made me realize that I'm truly passionate about becoming an educator.
My favorite thing about 2020 is that I was able to start writing my own songs.
My favorite part of 2020 was definitely getting to collaborate remotely on a lot of music projects with people. That was something that I never knew was possible before, and I feel like it opens up so many opportunities to be creative in the future.
So my favorite part of quarantine has been catching up on some movies and hanging out with my dog.
One of the best parts of 2020 was having released October 1st on a new painting studio in Gowanus.
In March of 2020, my dad was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, and in November of 2020, he is now in remission. 2020 was such a difficult year, but it called for a lot of growth and a change in perspective, and I'm very thankful for that.
My favorite thing about 2020 is that I'm practicing guitar.
My favorite part of 2020 was being able to take the time to strengthen my closest friendships, because I think that sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, you get lost and you can't do that. And this year just gave you time to strengthen the bonds that matter.
One of my favorite parts of quarantine was being able to explore all the nature around Sacramento. I went to so many rivers, lakes, beaches, and hiking trails that I wouldn't have been able to go to if it wasn't for all the free time that I had.
During quarantine, I changed my lifestyle in a healthier way. I would go on daily walks with my sister, I would do workout videos at home, and I changed my diet in a healthy way.
My favorite part about 2020 was the time that we had to learn new things. Something I learned over quarantine was to be innovative and to make most effective use of the time that we have.
And I learned that quarantine's the perfect time to get some stuff done. We always want to get stuff done and say we don't have enough time, and then when we do have the time, we don't do those things. So it's kind of taught me to prioritize my schedule and schedule my priorities as well.
One thing I learned in 2020 was to take advantage of every opportunity and every activity, because you never know when it won't be as accessible to you.
Something that I learned over quarantine was how to navigate the creative cloud. I learned how to make some basic digital art on Adobe Illustrator, how to make some mood boards on Photoshop.
I'd say that the best part about 2020 would be that I started to learn how to do animation, and I really love it. I never would have been able to predict how much I'd love it until I tried it. So I've been working on that during all my breaks at home, and I'll probably be pursuing that well into the future.
This year I learned that I really love olives.
Something I've learned during quarantine has been a couple fermentation projects. So I've picked up some stuff to make my own kombucha. I've learned how to ferment some hot peppers and learned how to make some hot sauces and hot jams, which has been really cool.
I also learned how to invest in the stock market and how to double French braid my hair.
The most important thing that I learned is that mental health is something that constantly takes work. Having a positive relationship with yourself is something that does take a lot of time and effort, but it's worth it, and you'll discover a lot of new things that you didn't know about yourself before.
And I'm thankful for getting the opportunity to talk about this. Can I show you Tucker? No, let me show.
I think we all have learned the best parts of ourselves and are trying to be better, more patient people.
Never take for granted the people in our lives that we love and support.
Just made the whole experience bearable.
Here's to getting back to the new norm.
With over 1 million vaccines set to be delivered over the next 30 days, 2021 is going to be the brightest yet.
Here's to health, happiness, and lots of love.
Happy New Year.
I think we can learn a lot from it, like who and what is most important in your life. and then we can go forward and not take those things for granted.
2021, come on in, because we can't wait.
Wishing you a happy 2021.
Okay, I had to come back real quick because one other thing that I learned in quarantine was the Renegade. Maybe don't put this in your video, but I just wanted you to know this for yourself. Cool, bye.
And something I'm thankful for in 2020 is Ella Redmond, and only her.
Ow. Ow. What do you have to say? Ow. I love you. Can you say something?
Say it.
No.
Ow. Ow. Sit. Sit. Say it. Ow. No. Sit. That's it. Sit. Just howl. Ow.
This year I'm grateful for a relationship with no fighting, healthy family bonding time, really in control of my emotions, meditation every morning at sunrise, and being able to do a 12-minute plank, and also volunteering 40 hours a day. And also, did I say I meditate and yoga? Yeah. This year, I'm really grateful for eating vegan, only plants, no carbs, gave up drinking, haven't touched drugs, wake up 5 a.m., exercise 3 times a day, and then I also really love to rollerblade, but it's hard to do without Ella.
I'd say that the best part about 2020 would be that I started to learn how to do animation, and I really love it. I never would have been able to predict how much I'd love it until I tried it. So I've been working on that during all my breaks at home, and I'll probably be pursuing that well into the future.
Hey guys! Well, Ella has asked me to make a little video for 2019. One of my biggest highlights of 2019 is
This is the year in 2020 that I didn't eat a single French fry. Okay, Dad, what are you thankful for?
I'm glad I didn't die, I think. Maybe I should have died. Thanks.
Oh.